Hello,
Hello.
my name is Jembar Ripada, and I will be the examiner for this activity. I will ask him some question. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, the first one is what is your name?
Hello, my name is Aldi Arga Yudha, but you can call me Yudha.
Very good name, Yudha. And then, how old are you?
I was 20 years old in October last.
Okay, and now what is your job?
I currently work as an office manager at a large marketing company. I've been in the job for about 5 years old. I'm usually assigned to work with a specific business in order to improve their sales through various marketing strategies.
Okay, very good job, Yudha. Okay, next a question. Where do you live?
I live in house located on Yogyakarta. For your information, in Yogyakarta, you can enjoy Irish culture that still exists today.
Okay, last a question. Who do you live with?
I have lived there for almost 10 years with my parents.
Okay, all right. This is the last question. And we are going to part two. I will give you 30 seconds to prepare the question and 1 minute for your presentation from now. Okay, Yuda, time is up. Uh, Yuda, topic 2, you start now.
Topic is environmental problem.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to talk about a problem with the environment in my country. One of the most serious problems at the moment is flooding. This is starting to happen every year, and each year it seems to get worse. I think it might be caused by a number of factors. Firstly, there has been a lot of deforestation in the north of the country. A lot of it from illegal logging. Because of this, when it rains, the weather that nothing to soak it up, so it just run down the mountain and into the village and towns. Another factor may be global warming. Scientists believe that this is causing more severe weather, so this may account for the increasing amount of rain that we seem to be seeing. It is also means the soil is more dry, so again the rainwater runs off it rather than being swept up. Unfortunately, there have been really serious effects on my country. As a side, the excess water runs into the village and the town through the river, and the river then overflow, causing massive flooding. This affects thousands of people who then become homeless. Several hundred usually die each year as well. It travels through the country as it starts in the north and goes down to the sea. So it can affect many towns and the capital city too. This is also has repercussion for the government, and government as they have to spend so much money manage the disaster each year. The government is trying to tackle the problem, but it is not easy. There, there are trying to stop so much deforestation, but a lot of the damage has already been done. So, what can we do? So, what can they do? They are also starting to build defense such as walls along some of the major rivers that run through the town to try to stop them overflowing. Another thing, they are doing is trying to improve their response system. In most towns, there is no a government organization responsible for coordinating relief operation and making sure they are prepared in advance. I think the problem is a top priority to solve because it has such devastating impact. As I mentioned before, it causes suffering for so many people, and it is also a huge expensive for the government. And as we are not a rich country, we cannot afford this. It means that other service suffer because of a lack money. There are other problem that my country has, but I think that is by far the worst. So that is the serious problem in my country, and I only hope that it does not continue to get worse.
Okay, Yudha, thank you. And now we are going to topic part 3. I'm gonna ask you some question. 1. What do you consider to be a human-caused environmental disaster?
I think it might be a flood disaster in Bantul, Indonesia. It caused many lives to be lost. The environment was greatly affected and still affected today. Many people are still sick due to the disaster, and no one can live near that location because it is still inundated. Of course, there are many there are many other problems such as skin diseases, itching, and diarrhea it causes.
2. Why do you think environmental disaster caused by human happen?
It could be for different reasons. In some cases, it is simply because not enough care is taken. Maybe procedures are not good enough. It could also be because for profit means that there is cost cutting and that gain could mean that good procedure in place. There is usually situation when a disaster happen where blame will be deflected and it is difficult to establish exactly who is responsible. Nobody wants to admit responsibility because it means they will have to pay compensation. Sometimes a disaster can happen because of simple mistake by someone.
Okay, Yudha, last question. Do you think there will be more environmental disaster caused by human in the future?
I don't think there will necessarily be more. Procedures are always getting tighter, so in theory, there should be fewer. But mistakes will always happen, so I am sure that will continue unfortunately. Government must continue to prosecute and companies that do cause environment problem or disaster, so they are less likely to happen again.
Okay, Yudha, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Um,
Hello, my name is Aldi Arga, and I will be examiner for this activity. Do you ready?
Ready?
Okay. I will ask him. I will ask you some questions. One, what is your name?
Hello, my name is Jembar Ripada. You can call me Jerry.
Okay, that's right. And then, how old are you?
I was 18 years old.
Grade three. And now, what is your job?
Currently, my job is college student in Universitas Diponegoro.
Great. Okay, very
Okay,
good.
thank you.
Where
Thank
do
you.
you live?
I live in Jakarta to be placed in Cibubur at
Okay.
Kota Wisata.
And who do you live with?
I live with my parents and I have one sister and two brothers.
Okay, that's the last question, and we are going to part two. I will give 30 seconds to prepare the question and 1 minute for your presentation for now.
Okay.
You can start now.
Okay.
Okay, time is up. Now,
Okay,
have a look at the card and prepare a monologue. Describe
okay,
a tourist attraction you once visited. You should say when you visited, where is situated, who you went with. You can start now.
okay. I will describe my holiday. A couple of years ago, I went on a holiday to Paris with my family. It is a very popular tourist and destination, since it has various places of interest, such as a same museum and monument. That's why there are always hundreds of tourists. So we decided to go out of the season in the autumn. Fortunately, the weather was great, and we did not waste any days watching TV at the hotel. It was a memorable holiday. We enjoyed breathtaking view from the top of the Eiffel Tower and dined in a cozy little restaurant. I would centrally recommend visiting Paris. It is a picturesque city.
Okay, okay, that's great. We have
Thank
been
you.
talking about something you're on which it's very important to you, and I know, like to ask you some questions related to this. First, why do you think tourist? Why do you think tourism is so developed now?
Because it is a lot easier to travel nowadays. You can choose charter flight and find various hotels all around the world, so you don't need to spend much money on the traveling. Moreover, you can book a trip via the internet, so you don't even have to leave home.
How people choose their destination?
For entrance, you can surf the internet for all the necessary information, or you can visit different travel agencies for more advice.
What kind of transport do you prefer on holidays? Why?
In depends. I usually reach my holiday destination by plane because it is the fastest and the less dangerous way to travel. However, flying can be a bit uncomfortable, so I also travel by train from time to time, but I never drive car on a vacation because I do it every day when I work. I will have a business holiday otherwise.
Do you prefer traveling alone in your tour group or in tour group? Why?
Why? Because I definitely prefer traveling alone because I like to plan the trip by myself. When choosing a good tour, you should always conform to a set schedule. So if you are in India and say you want to spend an extra hour at Taj Mahal, you simply cannot do what with a group tour. I like independent travel. Way I get to see and do exactly what I want had spent as much time as I want at very stopped. John Yudha.
Okay, Jembar, thank you. That is that is the end of the speaking test for health. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.